There, now my sound is working. Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George, we're all George. So, welcome to another morning stream, US market open stream. Today, I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff, including Kevin O'Leary, Mr.Wonderful, and his massive crypto holdings, Rivian, Russia, Putin, a whole bunch of stuff, and a few crypto too. So let's get started. Smash up the like, subscribe to the channel, make sure you follow me on social media, and check out all the latest news, article, and guides at CryptosRUs.com. Welcome. Hopefully you guys are doing good this morning. Well, things are looking better this morning. A little bit. Last night, things weren't looking so good for Bitcoin and crypto, but they are looking better today. And if you look at U.S. markets, actually all in the green. Happy Friday, early plays. Happy Friday. We'll try not to forget my morning bell this morning. But you can see Dow, S&P, NASDAQ about to open in the green across the board. And oil too, but oil has dropped significantly within the last few days, within the last week. So that's quite amazing. And look at the 10-year bond, over 2% right now. See, I still don't understand why anyone would be excited about a 2% yield on a 10-year-old bond. You're going to make 2% over 10 years? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It shouldn't be something to excite people, but it does. But anyways, if you look at Bitcoin, back up to 39.3. And overall market cap slightly in the green this morning because people are feeling good. Why is this morning green? Well, people believe, at least CNBC and everyone else believes, that there's progress in Russia and Ukraine in terms of ceasefire talk. So President Putin was cited that there are certain positive developments in negotiation. I don't know if this is actually true because it doesn't seem like the ceasefire talks have done anything. There's no end in sight right now, and in fact, there's a lot more devastation coming to Kiev. That 40-mile long convoy full of tanks has started moving, and they're approaching, and they're doing more destruction. So I don't know why people are thinking that, somehow there's like positive ceasefire talks. There isn't. I mean, there's more destruction. So I don't quite believe that is the reason why the markets are up today. I think it's just because everything has been oversold and traders are just taking advantage. But that's the latest, is that somehow, Putin is citing that there's positive developments. There's more destruction, more tanks that's going to Kiev and Kharkiv, and Russia even started to attack the west of Ukraine. So this doesn't seem like it's getting any better at all. And on this front, there are a couple interesting developments I missed before. We know that a lot of companies started cutting off their services in Russia. What I didn't realize was how bad it's going to get for commercial flights in Russia. So most airplanes in the world, okay, if not all, is developed and supported and sold by basically two companies, Boeing and Airbus. Like literally every single commercial plane out there, right? And I didn't pick this up. Both are stopping their supply parts and maintenance support for Russian airlines. So pretty soon, when these planes in Russia need spare parts, they're not going to be able to get them. In fact, according to this, within a year, if this is still ongoing within a year, basically all flights in Russia will stop because they will not be able to get any parts at all. They'll have to get it from third party I don't even know how that works for airplanes. But I missed that completely. That's actually really bad. But again, this is bad for Russian citizens. But not for Putin himself. Putin could care less. He'll never fly on a commercial airline. But for Russian citizens, I mean, this is horrible. Horrible, right? Just like everything else that's being cut out from Russia. So it's an unfortunate situation, but I didn't even pick this up. That's very interesting if you think about it, because basically every airline is using planes created and supported by Boeing and Airbus. And also, the World Bank is claiming that Russia may be at the risk of default if they don't pay. So there's a ton of bonds, and there's about $40 billion worth of Moscow external bonds at risk. So they need to make a payment, a coupon payment of $117 million by next week, and they have a 30-day grace period to pay. But if you think about it, if all their assets and all their banks are frozen and they can't wire transfer $117 million to the World Bank, well, that means they would be in default, right? So a lot of stuff happening, a lot of economic sanctions and destruction happening right now, and I don't know if it's going to do anything for a war. Anyways, that's the latest. That's the latest news on Russia and Ukraine and why the market's going up. Although I don't believe that the ceasefire talks is actually the real reason why the market's going up. I think all these publications just can't come up with a better answer. All right, what else is there? This morning I saw in the pre-market a lot of earning reports. Oracle, Uber. I mean, there's a lot of big guys in here, but the ones I was looking at in particular was Rivian and Toyota. Rivian is in a world of hurt right now. So you can see in the pre-market they're down 7%. They have been just going down and down and down and down and down and down and down. And this is why it's hard to run a car company, according to Elon, because you have to worry about manufacturing, you have to worry about supply chain issues, and it's not an easy industry, which is why it took Tesla so long before they became profitable, right? And Rivian is feeling the same thing. So they basically said, they're going to be very supply constrained this year. And they just lost $2 billion the last quarter. And, there's no forecast of when things will actually get better. So they are getting crushed right now, right? So this is why I maintain a stance that if you're going to invest in an EV car company, you just go with Tesla. No one else is anywhere close to the production, to the manufacturing, to the factories, to the supercharger stations, the network. No one is close. Not even close. Not even within range. Like Tesla's like at Mars, and everyone else is still stuck at the moon. That's the gap there, right? It's such a wide margin gap. It's not like Rivian or any of these guys are actually cheap. They're not either. So that's also the thing. If they were cheap, then it makes sense. But Rivian, even with the recent decline, they're still at $37 billion. That's not cheap at all. If they were at $3 billion, that's a different story. But just not good. And also Toyota's down because they're also getting hit with supply chain issues right now too. So, and Toyota is trying to move completely to EV soon. They announced like 17 EV cars that's coming out soon, right? So they're very, 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 very late to the EV side. They've been trying to push hydrogen, and it just, no one wants that. No one wants a hydrogen power car. Have a good Why do people think it's my birthday? It's not my birthday. It's not my birthday. I don't know why you guys think it's my birthday. Look, I got that on time. I hit that bell on time. Although this didn't update yet. Happy birthday, whoever birthday it is. All right. Now that threw me off. Anyways, what else is going on? Anything good? Well, this is not good. Goldman Sachs seems to think that the U.S. Is at a risk of entering a recession. All right, so Goldman Sachs is being a Debbie Downer right now. They're forecasting America's GDP will be coming down, and of course you have to take into account oil prices going up and how that's going to affect many industries. It's going to affect consumer spending. You put it all together, they see a real risk of entering recession, and of course this is no good. So next week we'll have to see how Fed Chairman Powell, what he decides. Almost everyone is thinking that it's going to be a 25 basis points rise. That's a lock for March. But what will be interesting is what he says about afterwards, right? Hackers leaked NVIDIA's plan for the 4000 series cards in September. However, Ukraine produces 90% of the world's neon, which is critical for GPUs. Wow. Then that means there's going to be more shortage. There's already shortage on GPUs, so be prepared for more shortage. and those cards will probably be very, very expensive. In the world of crypto, I saw this. The FCA, which is the financial watchdog in the UK, is shutting down a whole bunch of Bitcoin ATMs because supposedly there's 50-something plus companies that never registered with the FCA and just decided to throw out Bitcoin ATMs everywhere. So if that's the case, I think that's a good move. It's not like they're shutting down all Bitcoin ATMs. It's just that there's a lot of rogue ones out there. And, to be honest, these Bitcoin ATMs are real garbage. It doesn't even make any sense to use them. I've approached many, and you look at it, when you buy it, it's like 10-15% higher than market price. When you sell it, it's 10 or 15% lower than market price. So the price gap between buy and sell could be high as like 30%. And it doesn't make any sense. You'd rather just go buy it on Coinbase, right? Or FTX rather than use a Bitcoin ATM. But of course, there's a lot of companies that take advantage. They throw out their ATMs everywhere, right? It's nice to see when you're in a mall or something, but it doesn't really make any sense to use them. And I'm glad to see rogue ones being taken away because you don't know what they're doing. They may be really, really price gouging people that are using them. All right. What else is there? Stacks. Some people have asked about stacks recently. They're up significantly, like 30 or 40%. And this is because OKCoin is giving out $165 million. They created a fund to build Web 3.0 and dApps on top of Bitcoin. And most think that the only way you could do so is by using stacks because they're a layer 2 smart contracts project that's built for Bitcoin. So that's the reason why it's going up. Even though OKCoin didn't specifically say they were going to use stacks, people just made the assumption that it has to be using stacks. So that's the reason why it went up. But still, be careful. Anything that goes up this much, this fast, generally comes down and flattens out before it starts going up again. So just want to give an update on that. And then a lot of people already know this. KDA is going to be listed on Binance, the world's largest exchange. So that's pretty fantastic, which is why KDA is also up around 15% today. So I'm glad to see it. And after this listing, there's going to be a lot more listings in the future. And then finally, Anthony Pagliano posted this. Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, went on CNBC. And basically he was asked flat out, you know, what's your stance on Bitcoin? How much do you own it? Joe Kernan, I think that's his name. I can't stand the guy. All he does is talk over people. And when he asks a question, he just keeps rumbling on and on and on, and people can't even answer. Well, anyways, Kevin got so sick of hearing him rumble on that he finally said, okay, yeah, I own millions of Bitcoin, $1 million worth of Bitcoin and crypto, and his portfolio, now 20% of that is in crypto. So pretty good overall. So they'll show that a lot of people, including Mr. Wonderful, realize the potential of crypto, and they're basically going all out. Either they're going all out, or crypto has been appreciating so much that it went from 5% to 20%. Because before, Kevin said he would never put more than 5%, never hold more than 5% in his portfolio of anything, including Bitcoin and crypto. But now that seems to have changed, right? Anyways, I think that's it for this morning. Bitcoin is starting to come up a little bit, so that's fantastic. 39.5, we could be right back to 40,000 in no time. If you look at the U.S. markets, plus 300, plus 77 for NASDAQ. And look at this. Ford and PG&E partnered on electric F-150 powering homes. I heard that was being done. F-150s, they have all these nifty plugs in the back. And, when Houston was having their power grid issues last year, I think it was last year, or maybe the year before last. I know Houston had this issue where they were not prepared for winter, and the electrical grid was, failing, and then people were using their F-150s and plugging them in and powering their homes with it. That was pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. Now let's do some Q&A. Happy Friday, everyone, in case I didn't say that. Why did I say no one wants a hydrogen-powered car? Because no one wants a hydrogen-powered car. That's fact. Should I buy Quant? I don't know. You have to decide that for yourself. Can KDA hit 100 eventually? But not anytime soon. Not anytime soon. Why did it say only 1,000 addresses hold Luna? Is that true? No. Come on. Use your head. Use some logic. Right? Press pranks. What did he ask? Why do you think government's making a Fed coin? Couldn't they outlaw all crypto? Sure, they could do whatever they want, but does it make sense? No, because they want to tax people. So why would they just try to ban all crypto when they could just tax people that are making crypto gains? And they're making a Fed coin because they want to update their infrastructure. The U.S. financial infrastructure sucks based on 50-year-old technology like Swift. So they want to improve upon that and still control the fiat that they come out with, or the digital fiat they come out with. Do I ever trade commodities? No. Once you start trading crypto, you realize that everything is just too boring. It's like, everything is just so slow versus crypto. So it's like, for me, it's like whatever. But I do like, certain equity stuff like Tesla. I missed that 2021 rise, unfortunately, but you know what? It's never too late. Someone asked before, AA asked, does it make sense to sell 40K S&P shares to buy 1 BTC? Well, I can't answer that. It's just a matter of, do you like Bitcoin better? Do you believe in Bitcoin? Do you believe everything I've been saying about Bitcoin is the answer, and how, you know, it's the best store of value that we have, the best hedge against inflation, and all the, of course, the growing fundamentals and growing adoption. If you believe in all those things, then you decide. What do you think about Amazon's 20-for-1 split? Here's the thing. Usually when there's a split announcement, you know, people get all excited. Yes, you know. And psychologically, it does make things better for smaller retail investors. So it's like, rather than pay $3,000 per share, whoa, now you can buy it for, you know, whatever, 100, 150 per share. But people have to realize you have to look at the overall market cap. Just because Amazon does a 20-for-1 split doesn't mean the market cap has 20x more potential now. That would be ridiculous. That means Amazon would have to go up to 30 trillion to get back, and once they get back to you know, 29.59, right? That's just not gonna happen. Maybe like 30 years, 50 years in the future, but that's not gonna happen anytime soon. So you still have to realize that, yeah, even though it does make people feel like, oh, Amazon stock is cheaper, but you still have to take into account market cap. You can't just ignore that. It's the same with crypto. That's why a lot of people that come into the space, they'll look at, oh, Bitcoin is so expensive, so let me pick something cheaper like XRP because it's under $1, and then you know, later on they'll realize that's the biggest mistake they made so far. So you know, you can't just look at the price per share or price per coin. You have to take into account the market cap. What kind of percentage goes to fees and transfer in UST? Very, very little. Very little. The thing is, though, Eduardo, what will confuse you and most people is that UST from Coinbase is not it's not on Terra's network. That is on Ethereum. It's actually a ERC21. So you can't send it directly to Anchor Protocol. You actually have to use a bridge. Terra does have a bridge, so you have to bridge that UST from Ethereum to UST and Terra. That's the thing. Coinbase and Gemini both have UST, but they're the Ethereum-based one, so you can't transfer into Anchor right away. You have to use a bridge. Otherwise, use exchange like KuCoin or Gate.io. They will actually allow you to deposit, withdraw using the Terra network, and then you can withdraw to Terra Station. So just be careful there. Litecoin moons for my birthday? Yes. Yes. Is Litecoin mooning? It's very unlikely. Oh man, Litecoin used to be in top 5. Now it's fallen to top 21. And in the future, it's going to fall to 50, 100, eventually becomes worthless. Can you look at Haven Protocol? Isn't that the insurance? Oh, I'm thinking about Safe Haven. No, I'm not going to look at them. Whatever people tell me, hey, go look at something after it's up 50 or 100%, I'm going to say no. Will Terra fill XRP? It already did. What are you talking about? It's already above XRP. Then why is Litecoin on all the ATMs? Name recognition. That's the reason why. Litecoin is the second oldest crypto behind Bitcoin. But it's a copy. It's inferior in every single way. So why would you buy inferior crypto when you could just buy Bitcoin? Phantom is being sus. Phantom is not being sus, okay? It's just a lot of fun around Andre leaving, but they will get through it. BTC staying locked at 39.3. Options expiration, max pain. No, it would have expired already. That's not the reason. What do you think about Solana? It's fine. They just need to solve their network outages. They seem to have a whole bunch of network outages all the time. They just need to solve that. They need to solve it quickly, too. Let's see. Charlie Lee ruined Litecoin when he sold. I mean, that... Yeah, he really did. And not only that, his endless promises of Mimble coming. You know, people just lost faith. Do you get the feeling it's only a matter of time? ... For what? No ID. I don't know. No, I don't. Stop asking weird questions, man. It's too early for that. Brock Pierce is doing big things in Puerto Rico. Big things to little people, you mean? Yeah. I don't know what you're referring to, but what is the best place to stake UST? In Anchor. Anchor. Just look at Anchor. You think Atlanta Hawks can make the playoffs? I don't know. I don't keep up with them. I feel bad for Trae Young. He's living in the shadow of Steph. Can't seem to get out of it. Even though statistically he's doing better, but man, he was embarrassed during the All-Star game by Steph. That's for sure. UOS, I think Ultra and Red Fox. I'm not too familiar with Red Fox, but I know they're in like a Southeast Asian project, concentrating on NFTs. They're like a L1, and Ultra is a gaming platform. I like Ultra. It's just very early for them. Should I keep holding Shiba? Well, then you need to follow my TikTok because I just released a Shiba video. So that'll answer you. Crypto Mom G, you missed the joke completely. There's a lot of rumors about what Brock Pierce did in the past. Very controversial stuff. You just didn't get the joke because it's too early. But look him up, and then you'll know what I'm talking about. All right, guys. I'll let you guys go this morning. Not a whole lot going on, but the market is doing better. Bitcoin is coming up. Crypto overall is coming up. So, again, let's see if it holds, and let's see what happens later today and going into the weekend. But, yeah, that's it. Happy Friday, guys. I'll see you guys in 3 hours. 11:45 a.m. Central Standard Time. Take care. Bye.